I owe him too much money. I gotta get my hands on some money.
Wait a minute. What are you doing here tonight anyway? Aren't you supposed to work Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night?
I was fired.
When?
Tonight.
Morris fired you?
Maurice, yes.
You don't do what a doorman do.
Does.
Does what?
Does not do.
Does not do what? Does not do what you don't do? You don't do nothing. You got to bow. You got to scrape. Good evening, sir. Would you like a cab, sir? Please, sir, do me the honor of walking on my face. Bonsoir, madame. Bonsoir, monsieur. That's a doorman!
Fucking French.
What did you do?
Nothing. Said I wasn't servile enough. I didn't demean myself enough in the manner befitting a doorman of a chic French restaurant. He wanted I should bow and scrape more.
But he didn't really say that.
He said that exactly.
Come on, you're making
I'm not making it up. That's what he said. There comes a point in life when one will no longer bow and scrape, doesn't there?
Oh, I don't know. Does there come a point when one says, I will no longer whine?
Who's whining? Where were you last night? I called till 2 in the morning.
I heard nothing but the usual vague clanging in my head.
You were out on a date.
A date?
Yeah, you were out with a girl spending my money.
Listen, if I so much as talk to a girl, she either laughs and runs away or runs away laughing.
Thank you. I called till 2 in the morning.
I wasn't answering the phone.
Why not?
Same reason you called, no money.
How did you know I was calling about money?
What else does anybody ever call for? Certainly not to offer it. Besides, I was too depressed, and I wasn't answering the phone because nobody ever calls. Don't persecute me. I'm a thing of shreds and patches. I'm a dying man.
And me, what am I?
What is this, a dying man contest?
I'm literally a thing of shreds and patches. Look at this coat. Ratty, purposeless. Ooh,
Well, it's old. I can still see where it was once a coat of real distinction.
Distinction, it's a rag. It was never a coat of distinction. Even in the beginning, this was a coat without cachet. I hate that fucking coat.
Pick it up.
I hate that coat.
Pick it up.
I hate this coat.
Pick the coat up. I don't want it on my floor. I scrubbed that floor today. No wonder you drove your woman away. You throw things on the floor like that when you and Joanna were together?
What difference does it make? Yeah, once in a while, a shoe.
Oh, you must have terrorized that poor angel.
Why can't I have a decent coat?
Oh, stop whining. The coat is fine.
I have to wear this damnable sweater underneath just to stay warm.
That's a beautiful garment. That's a Mexican sweater.
It's 1,000 years old.
Well, then, it's valuable. It's pre-Columbian.
Utterly de-threaded.
So are you.
Walk into Bigelow's drugstore to weigh myself. I'm ashamed to take off my coat. I can't even determine how much I'm losing.
I don't know what you're complaining about. You got a credit card, a Mexican sweater. The world's at your feet.
I live like a tramp.
You live like an artist. You laze around, write a few lines, strike up some conversations in coffee shops. I'd say you got things worked out pretty well for yourself.
This morning, I'm shaving. I noticed this thing under my left eye.
What kind of a thing? I see nothing.
Like a pouch.
A what?
Pouch.
A what?
A bag under my eye, all right? It was frightening. I didn't know how to get rid of it.
Should have called the Marsupial Society.
Well, I did my laundry instead.
Then what happened to the pouch?
Went away, I thought. So I went to the supermarket, great big bag, laundry bag, canvas bag. She thought...
Who thought?
She thought... who? The one, supermarket cashier. She said...
We don't take cans till 10 o'clock.
I said, my laundry, I want to buy soap. She said...
We don't redeem cans until 10 o'clock.
It's not cans. It's my laundry. I want to buy soap.
We don't redeem cans until 10 o'clock.
These aren't cans. I got into this rage. I'm looking at her. She's looking at me. Really staring right at me. I thought, she's looking at the pouch. So I felt my face. It was gone. But she was staring. She continued. Jake, the episode unnerved me. I sat for a full hour afterward. Abington Square, playground, feeling my face, freezing. I was sure I had some kind of disfigurement. As it is, I think people are looking at... Anyway, this woman. I'm going into the supermarket for years, Jake. She knows me. I mean, I'm the guy who Says thank you to all the people who are supposed to say thank you. This morning, she didn't know me. Thought I was a Washington Street can collector. And then this afternoon, on my way to Chinatown.
What?
Forget it.
Oh, what?
My brother. Oh, God. What a fucking bum.
Oh, please, please don't start with your brother now.
Why shouldn't I start? All the combined and wretched profits of heart disease and stroke serve only to support his vile taste in art and aesthetics. Not a dime to nourish my talent. Not that I want it anyway. It's just a thought.
Forget him, will you? Will you
What
let
am I
it
doing
go?
here? What do you got here?
Hey, don't go in there. There's nothing in there.
Oh.
There's just...
Jake.
Please, stay out of there, will you, Harry?
Till the day they died, my folks were proud I was a writer. They'd brag to anyone who'd listen I was a writer. Unlike my brother, who sorrows for me, because what? I'm not a winner.
Let him go.
He doesn't let me go. He comes over and he cries. Real tears. He comes to my room. He says, when I think of the way you have to live, without a house, a home, furniture, I laid awake all night crying, thinking about you coming back to this dark, lonely room without furniture. I didn't know I didn't have furniture till he told me. You think he'd cough up a chair or something?
Well, maybe he can't cough up a chair or something. Maybe a chair or something sticks in his throat. Maybe he's broke too.
He's a heart surgeon.
Really? At their worst, nightclub patrons are merely drunk and vomitory. But actors and actresses... Magnificent! You are cleaving my heart with your Elizabethan tragica. I can actually see the grave open. Now let me hear it open. Speak to me, Hamlet. Speak!
To be or not to be.
Ah, bravo, noble prince. Bravo. Now the dagger. Bring it up toward your heart. That's it. Now press the point in. Deeper. Deeper. Deeper! You know, sometimes I actually dream of slipping a chisel underneath their preening choppers and dislodging them one by one. How do they come by this remorseless enthusiasm for misery?
This afternoon on my way to Chinatown, I got thrown up against a wall by 5 plainclothes cops, then dragged down to the precinct like a piece of Times Square sleaze. Because, it turns out, I look just like some horror who killed 5 people out in Queens. Showed me a photo. Kind of mean, I said. Mean, this cop says to me. He's practically subhuman, and you're his twin. Jake, this guy was the meanest, seediest, most cretinous-looking creature I ever laid eyes on. I tell you, after I left there, I started looking in mirrors. I passed mirrors I didn't know existed. I got home, I started looking in every mirror in my house. But mirrors lie, don't they? Whoever looks at himself in a mirror. Pictures, they don't lie.
The camera tells all.
That's what I thought, so I went midtown. One of them penny arcades, where everything costs $1.50. Went into the photo booth there. And you spin the stool to the right height. Flash goes on and you die. Took my picture for hours. Changing my hair around, different ways, seeing what that would do. People in the arcade thought I was absolutely nuts, which is really saying something when you consider where I was. I am down to $1.50. I simply cannot go home, so I start walking uptown. At least you're going up, right? Strips and strands of these monstrous-looking photos I just took hanging out of my pockets. Have you been uptown lately, Jake? Have you seen it? What happened?
The 80s, Harry. That's what happened.
Hundreds and hundreds of these cunning cafes and cavernous restaurants filled to bursting with these bright-eyed young people living the high life, laughing, feeling beautiful, eating salads, and looking out at me, looking in, like I was something that crawled out of a half-open can. So I started walking downtown. I thought the walk would calm me, but I got home, I was shaking. Jake, I was shaking. My whole body was shaking. So bad, I had to lie down. Then I got up, went to work, and got fired. For not bowing and scraping enough. I mean, what the hell am I, a monkey? But this guy, in the police photo, I mean, he really had a subhuman look. Whatever that means. I'm supposed to be his twin.